Today I want to share with you an excerpt from my new book, Why Gather the Hope and Promise of the Church. This is from the chapter entitled God is Not Helpless Among the Ruins. And it is a story about water, about partnership, about community, about the path forward. Pikangikum came onto the world's radar for a reason no community would want. It is a remote fly-in Indigenous community in Northern Ontario. For a time, it had the highest suicide rate per capita of anywhere in the world. Pikangikum is vastly under-resourced. There isn't enough housing for their growing population. For many years, there was no school. Food sustainability is a problem. Most homes don't have running water or indoor plumbing. Homes that have had outhouses have mostly had to adapt those outhouses to address the housing shortage. When the elders of the community were asked by a group of concerned Ontarians from the South how they could help address the problem of youth suicides, those elders pointed to the absence of all of these basic building blocks of life. The suicides, they noted, were directly connected to the lack of hope. I came to be connected to Pikangikum indirectly. I asked a question that other people across our church were also asking. What can we do? We weren't a group, we were just a question. We were people who knew about the lack of water in Indigenous communities, and we wanted to know how we could make things better. In a country as richly resourced as Canada, it was outrageous to us, as it is to most Canadians when they find out about this inequity, that so many communities would be without water, that this inequity would be so stridently racialized. We have raised money. We have seen clean water go into homes in Pikangikum. We have seen the federal government start to step up in some small way, mostly because they have been shamed by us into action. We have asked what our next steps in this work can be, how we can connect with other communities, do more advocacy, and see this work advance. We have also talked too much and not listened enough. I, for one, have continued to be undone by the stories and the history that come to light in Canada. I haven't heard and understood all that was taken, and all that continues to be taken still. We have wept with the people of Pikangikum through continued youth suicides and a deadly house fire that claimed the lives of 9 people one spring. We have hit roadblocks related to the inadequate power grid in Pikangikum and the loss of various partners we have needed for implementing work and plans there. And although we have tried in a small way to be faithful, our faithfulness is only a drop in the bucket. My people are resilient and strong, Archdeacon Val Kerr shared in an interview we broadcast for the church in 2021. Val is a longtime friend, an Anglican priest, and a strong Indigenous woman. We have suffered and we have survived, and also we have this strength. She shared stories of survivors of residential schools, stories so horrific about the abuse that was endured, that I would have trouble even naming them on this page. But she also said this: I don't share this to make people feel bad or to point fingers. I share this so we can be honest, so we can learn, and so we can move forward.